What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and like you guys saw up on the title, today I'm going to be recapping my life with degenerative disc disease for the last 8 years. Yeah, so it's been a very long time. I usually like to do these recaps with a couple years in between, and today that's what this video is going to be about. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. If you feel that it can help you out as well with your DDD, make sure and give the channel a follow and subscribe. I have an entire playlist that I'll put up on the little comments above. And also in the comments below, I'll leave a little link for the entire playlist that I have of me living with DDD. But anyways, let's get into the video. So for those of you that are brand new and those of you that have been following me all this time, I got degenerative disc disease back when I was 26. I'm now 33. I'll be 34 coming up this December. But it's been a roller coaster to say the least. So when I first got degenerative disc disease, I was bedbound for 2 months. I was pissing in buckets. I have a video where I kind of lay all that out, and I made it kind of a little like video with I'll link the video so you guys can see what I'm actually talking about instead of me trying to describe it. But it was painful, guys. It was, man, I wouldn't wish the pain onto my worst enemy, anybody. You know, like I wanted to die that night that I got the pain. I was, you know, crumbling on the ground. I told my mom that I was done. It was a horrible experience, and if you have DDD, then you know what I'm talking about. Something, you know, was within me that I didn't want to give up. Something told me that I was too young. Like the doctors I went and got seen, they told me that my two options were either surgery or to live with it. So obviously I was like, well, I'm too young. I was 26 at the time. I was like, I'm gonna live with it, and you know, hopefully it fuses on its own. Like hopefully my body repairs on its own, because that's what the surgeons told me, was that my body could possibly, you know, fuse it or heal itself, but it was gonna take time. So here we are 8 years later, right? So coming to the present, it's been very interesting how my back's played out. I've kind of noticed different things that irritate it. Like there's a whole nother issue that I need to touch on a video. I had a chondroblastoma removed from my ankle. It was a benign tumor, but that's another story for another video. But you know, I'm kind of falling apart, but I'm doing the best that I can to maintain and stay active. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can, because there are things that I had to stop doing. For those of you that have seen my previous videos, you guys know how much I emphasize on trying new things to continue to be active. You have to be able to let go of the things you used to enjoy. For me, for example, I used to love running. I was so fast. I loved track. I love to run outdoors, and I also love basketball. Those two, you know, activities I had to be okay letting go, but mentally preparing myself that, you know what, those are two things that I can't do, but let's see what else I can do. So that's how I ended up getting a tattoo later on in life, which I've shared with you guys. Right here it says, "Love pain, change your mindset." Going back to what I've always preached on the channel, you know what? You're hurt, but you're not broken, so get up and go do something about it. The change in my mindset didn't really take place until about maybe 4 years ago. So again, there's a lot of videos that will detail all these little things that I'm not necessarily putting into this video, because this is more of an update of how I'm doing. But I'm just kind of recapping a little bit for those of you that are new. So about 4 years ago, I went through a life change. I'll put that video down in the comments below as well, and maybe I'll put it right up here so you guys can, you know, click on it. But I went through a change in my life that really kind of struck me. It really hit me from, you know, it blindsided me. I was in a long relationship that ended. It was about a decade long, and then a couple days later, I got into a horrific car accident that, you know, almost ended my life. And then a month later, you know what, I find out that my grandma's bedbound, and she recently passed away after being bedbound for 2 years. So the saying goes, you know, when you're in a storm, you know, it's the entire hurricane. You're not just in the storm, it's the entire freaking hurricane that you're in, right? But anyways, that was a moment of realization for myself that I needed to do more, that I was capable of doing more. And it's unfortunate that it took so many things simultaneously to kind of, you know, give me an epiphany that I needed to outgrow the circumstances that I was in. But anyways, that's pretty much where I was at, where my life changed some. Now I'm gonna take you to where I'm at now and how I'm coping with degenerative disc disease, you know, to the current, you know, date. So currently, the last 4 years have been amazing. When I first had that epiphany moment that I just mentioned, it did take me a minute because I was still in pain. I had to take multiple drugs that were prescribed to me as far as painkillers, muscle relaxers, nerve blockers, and I've shown those in other videos. Again, I'll link that below. I'll put it up here for you guys if you want to see that in more detail. But I was taking an abundance of medication just to get through the pain, because if you have DDD, you know how aggravating it can be. I also started working at a grocery store. Here in Texas, we have a grocery chain called HEB, and they took me on. I had my bachelor's. I was, you know, a little bit with a master's degree under my belt as well. But I started off as a stalker. I started from the bottom, just like maybe some of you guys are at. I don't know. But I started from the bottom, guys. So I was determined to change my life. I said, you know what? I know it's within me to turn my life around. I know that I'm in a lot of pain, but if I don't help myself, nobody else will. So that's when, you know, I would go to work. I was in so much pain, taking medications. I would come back home. I was crying in the shower. I was praying to God, you know, why did you do this to me? And then I would realize, you know what? I'm a strong soldier, right? And I was like, you know, don't make my load less. Just give me broader shoulders to carry it on, because I was determined to make it out of the hole that I was in. That's exactly what I did. Fast forward from those 4 years ago when I had that epiphany moment, when all those things changed in my life. Now I have an amazing job with the same company, with HEB. I get to work from home. I have an amazing girlfriend. You know, I'm actually getting ready to marry her as well. That's another story. But life is amazing. We get to travel. I've shared some of those travel stories on here as well. But it's all because I decided to overcome my degenerative disc disease. Now, that's not to say, this is probably what you guys were waiting for, I still have some flare-ups. Some of those flare-ups are pretty bad. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll make sure I'm posted right here. Sometimes Instagram is kind of like the backstory to my YouTube channel. It's not the main source of the content I decide to put out, because I feel more of an attachment when I get to talk to you guys, you know, via the camera. But we went on a trip. Susan and I had been dating, I don't know, maybe like 6 months, give or take, 7 months. It was early this year. I can't recall. We've gone on several trips now. But anyways, yeah, we went to Guadalajara to visit my dad's side of the family. I wanted her to meet them. And 2 days before the trip, I had a flare-up where I was like stiff. I can't move. I'm laying on the floor. I'm freaking out. I'm having like a panic attack because we're about to go to Mexico again. And here I'm like I'm telling Susan, you know what? I don't think I can make this trip. My back's like done. I just need to, you know, relax. Anyways, she encouraged me to do the best that I could, because we both want to enjoy each other's time, especially when we have a trip lined up, right? So I did my best. I put myself together. I went and got my prescriptions, you know, prescribed again, and I went to Mexico, and I was in a tremendous amount of pain, but I pulled through. We made some amazing memories. We got to see my family. She got to meet my dad's side of the family. But there were 2 days when I was in the hotel, you know, just about ready to cry. Or no, I think I did cry. And it was an adventure, to say the least. If you guys follow me on Instagram, again, like I mentioned, I'll put the link in the video, right, to follow me. But I did a little story where I was explaining the amount of pain I was in, and it's on one of my little stories. I think I labeled it DDD. If you're interested in seeing what I was going through when I had that flare-up, make sure and follow, or you can just go and check me out. It's open to the public, my Instagram, and you can watch that story if you'd like. But anyways, so I don't want to make this video too long, but it is an update. I'm doing a lot better now, guys. It's been 8 years. My back's a lot better. I can continuously, you know, continue to go to the gym. I'm still very active. I go hiking. We go to the beach. We have camping trips. And a lot of these things that I'm doing is because Susan's very adventurous. And me, I'm very, how would I say this? I'm very easygoing. I'll go with like the flow. And I'm up for adventures, right? Like, it doesn't really come out of me, but I have a great time making memories with her. and we're having a blast living life to the fullest. And that's what I encourage all of you to do with degenerative disc disease. Don't let it limit your life, but just find what things you can do. Again, you know, like another example that I want to leave you guys with is like, for those of you that, you know, have children or thinking about having children, that's a thing that I started to think about as well. We were watching a movie last night, and in the movie, you know, the dad's playing with some kids, and, you know, we brought it up, and I was like, you know, it's gonna be sucky, I'm not gonna be able to run or jump with them, but I'm sure just like I've dealt with life and I've conquered it, I'll be able to find things to do with them as well. I don't know what else you guys want me to update you guys on. You know, I'm doing really well with DDD. So far, it's been, like I said, what, like 8 years, and I have flare-ups maybe twice a year. But any other questions, you know, leave them in the comments below. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm getting back into the groove of making videos for you guys, of re-updating you guys with all the details that I've left out in the last few years. But again, if you're brand new to the channel, leave your comments and questions, concerns down in the comments below. I'll make sure and read them, respond, or make another video on them. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this video up. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace and love, and we're out.